Something just shut off inside you, not sleep deprivation, not laziness, something deeper. Your chest feels like wet concrete, your thoughts drag like broken wheels. You opened your eyes this morning and felt nothing waiting ahead. Not sadness exactly, not anger either, just hollow. You know this feeling. You have been stuck inside it, but what is really happening will change everything. Doctors call it mental fatigue. But that label misses the point. This is not ordinary tiredness. Your brain is burning its reserves. Researchers at Harvard Medical School published a landmark finding in 2023. They tracked cognitive energy over time. What they found shocked the field. Mental exhaustion leaves a chemical trace. A compound called glutamate builds up, it floods the prefrontal cortex. Your decision center drowns in it. This is why choices feel impossible. This is why mornings feel hostile. You see that. And something clicks. You finally feel understood. But here is the disturbing part. It does not stop on its own unless you change one thing. And most people never try. The real cause is not your schedule. It is not your workload either. It is not even your sleep quality. It is something in your wiring. Something most productivity advice ignores entirely. Psychologists describe it as decision fatigue. Your mental energy is not unlimited. Every decision you make pulls from it. Every social interaction drains it slightly. Every suppressed emotion costs you double. That last one hits different. You felt it, then pushed it down. Not dramatic, not intentional. Just holding everything together. For everyone. Here is what that suppression does. Your amygdala fires a threat signal. Your body prepares for danger, but there is no external danger present, so the energy has nowhere to go. It loops back inward again and again and again. Psychologists call this emotional labor overflow. A 2022 study in Nature Neuroscience found people in high suppression states show the same brain patterns as people with chronic physical illness. Read that again slowly. Emotional suppression mimics chronic illness. At the neurological level, that hits you like a punch. But the study found something worse. The longer suppression runs, it rewires your default mode network. Your brain starts predicting exhaustion before anything even happens. You wake up already depleted. Not because of what you did yesterday, because your brain learned to expect collapse. It is anticipating the drain now. That is called learned helplessness activation, coined by Dr. Martin Seligman at Penn. Your nervous system stopped believing. That effort leads to relief. So it stopped generating effort at all. This is the trap you miss. This is where you usually give up. There is a second layer underneath this. You are not just tired. You are running on a false identity. You became the one who handles everything, the one who never says no, the one who stays calm under pressure, the helper, the anchor, the rock. That identity costs enormous energy. Not because those things are wrong, but because it was never genuinely chosen. It was adopted as armor, a response to early environments, where being needed felt safer than seen. Attachment research from the University of Toronto confirms this pattern in high-exhaustion adults. You learn to earn your safety through constant usefulness, never learn to rest without guilt. Their nervous system treats stillness as a threat signal. Doing nothing feels dangerous to them. This feels uncomfortably familiar. Here is the counterintuitive part. The solution is not more rest. Rest alone does not fix this. Studies on burnout recovery consistently show passive rest without identity reprocessing extends the recovery window significantly. You can sleep 10 hours nightly, you can take a full vacation, and return equally depleted. Because the drain source is still active. Your brain still runs its old program, still scanning for threats, still predicting collapse, still suppressing the parts of you that were never allowed to exist. The real intervention is radical. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk documented it. In his landmark research on stored trauma, the body keeps the physiological score. Draining yourself into silence does not make the tension disappear. It buries deeper into muscle memory, into shallow breathing patterns, into braced shoulders, into a jaw that never unclenches. Your exhaustion has a physical address. It lives in your posture. It lives in your breathing. Your shoulders stay slightly raised. You are always bracing for something, you just never noticed it. Here is what the research actually prescribes. Not meditation, not journaling, not cold showers. Those can help as secondary tools. But the primary intervention is identity revision. You must audit the roles you perform. Ask which ones you actually chose. Ask which ones were conditions for safety. A 2024 meta-analysis in psychological science studied 4,000 adults across 3 years. The single strongest predictor of recovery was not lifestyle change, was not medication adjustment, was role renegotiation. People who dropped one unchosen role reported significant energy restoration within weeks, not months, weeks, because the drain source was finally closed. You start with one small change. You stop replying immediately, not because you are selfish, because you want to see what happens. When you are not always available, and nothing breaks, no one leaves. Something inside you softens. Your body learns a new rule. Rest means safety now. That feeling is new. So here is your actual reframe. You are not broken, you are not weak, you are not uniquely defective, you are running an outdated operating system, one built to protect you back then. But that protection became the prison. The exhaustion is not random, the exhaustion is loyal. It faithfully executes old instructions. The work is not to fight it, the work is to update the code. Name one role you never chose, just one. The one that costs the most, the one others expect by default. Do not eliminate it overnight. Just notice it consciously, notice the energy it takes, notice the identity it feeds. That noticing is the first neural interruption. It begins rewiring the pattern. It signals to your nervous system that you now see the loop clearly. Awareness alone changes the brain's prediction. Research from UCLA's Mindful Awareness Center confirms that labeling a pattern reduces its automatic activation significantly. You do not need to earn rest? You never did. That finally makes sense to you. And for the first time in years, you let it go. Not because everything is fixed, but because it was never yours. Your nervous system lives in crisis. That is not a character flaw, it was a brilliant survival adaptation. But survival mode was never meant to become a permanent address. When stress hormones flood your system daily, cortisol begins reshaping your hippocampus. That is not a metaphor. That is measurable structural change. Dr. Robert Sapolsky at Stanford has studied this for 4 decades. Chronic stress physically shrinks memory centers. But here is what Sapolsky also found. The shrinkage is reversible. The brain rebuilds when the signal changes, when safety becomes the new expectation. That is neuroplasticity working for you, not against you. That shift is available right now, not tomorrow, not after the next hard season passes. Right now, you can choose this. Choose to rest without guilt. Choose to exist. Without needing to justify that existence, you are carrying something that was never yours. You can put it down. You are not a fixed system. You are a living one. If your brain keeps pulling you back here, something inside you is ready to change. Stay with NERO. More is waiting.